to Educational Gymnastics. Today we're looking at stretch, curl and twist. 3 shapes and how they underpin pretty much every movement we do in gymnastics. Right boys, so you hear the 3 shapes? Stretch, curl and twist. So show me a stretch. Everybody stretch. Alright, is that as tall as you can go? That's taller. Okay, show me a curl. There's a curl. That's good, yeah. Alright, cool. And then a twist. Yeah, that's a twist, yeah. Okay, so you've got one part of your body on the floor and then twisting around. So there we go, that's simple shapes, a curl, a stretch and a twist. You've got all those right. Now see if you can do another stretch, another type of curl and another type of twist. Just in this area here, just see if you can find different shapes. Remember, we don't just go up and down, we can go left, right and horizontal. Okay? Your hair's fine. So which one is that? That's a stretch, okay, that's fine, yeah, good. Which one is that? Curl, yeah.
Stretch.
Which one are you there?
Twist.
Curl, yeah. Okay, so here Tom's asked a specific question, and this is quite common. Is a skill this? So you'll see young athletes thinking, oh, I know this, how does it fit? You're thinking the wrong way around. Think, how can I get my body doing it rather than what skill I'm trying to practice? Yeah? So think about different curls. So are you in a curl shape there? Well, if you put your hands back on your feet and hips up like that, hips up, is that a curl shape?
Yeah.
You're just curling the opposite way of where you were before. So think like that. And then you've got that shape in the other curl, front and back, and sideways.
Could you do
Try that.
so that?
So is that a curl?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, good. Yeah? And what's that? And you got all 3 in there, yeah. Think about now, body parts, yeah? Now remember all the different body parts you've got. So you're still thinking back, which is great. But what's my arm doing? What's this one doing? What's my head doing? So think about all the different ways your body can curl back and twist. Go. Still stood up. What else can you base? So your balance here on your feet. What else can you balance on? So by changing the base of support, they change what they can do. So sometimes if they're a bit stuck, they are today, we have to base them. So try on your shoulder stand. What can your feet do? Make your feet bend, curl and twist. See what happens there. What happens if you have 2 hands on the floor and you try and just keep 2 hands on the floor and make your body curl, stretch or twist? Okay, and then what about 1 hand and 1 foot on the floor? So that's a good stretch there. It's a big stretch there. You want to stretch that. Yeah, good. That's it. And then can you do 1 hand and 1 foot with a curl? Okay, and then move. That's good. Top. That's that. And then move from that curl position to the stretch position. See what that looks like. So he's curling there and then move to. Yes, that's hard then, isn't it? Try that again. Tom, have a look at what Sam's doing here. So he's curling and stretching with 1 hand, 1 foot on the floor. Yeah? Good. Okay, and Okay, so what we have there, the boys got a bit stuck and they were thinking more about gymnastics actual moves rather than how their body was moving. So I was just interjecting and just maybe give them some constraints. What happens if you do it with one hand and one foot? What happens if you're standing? Change the support. And just by guiding them through that, they could start thinking about it. Next step, boys, is you're going to go onto the bench, come off the bench thinking about making a stretch shape, a curl shape, or a twist shape. Now think about the different ways you can come off. So obviously jumping is what you're thinking, but there's other ways you can come off as well. Yeah? Okay, go. Okay, so you're both jumping. How else can you come off the bench? What happens if your hands get out? That's coming down with a curl. Let's see coming down on your hands with a twist. Good. That's it. If you come down with a stretch on your hands. That's it. There we go. Good, and then so you're landing. Now what happens if you come over bench? Move the bench a bit closer to the mat. Now think about forming a shape or a movement in the air before you land. Okay, so what was that then, Tom? Curl, sorry, curl, yeah. Okay, good. And pause. Okay, so what we have here is Charlie, we were trying the same sequence of stretch, curl and twist, but Charlie was trying to think before he moved and it became a bit stilted. So show what you're trying to do, Charlie. So pause there.
No.
Okay, sorry, we've got a new cameraman. So I said for Charlie to pause, because what then he's just started doing this, he's thinking rather than how can I move? So Charlie is his brain's leading, not his body leading. So just become a bit more, try and become a bit more instinctive. Just try and let your body move. Okay, go. That's it. Pause. Lead into the next bit. Good. How can you get to a stretch from there? Without thinking. Okay, right, now Sam, come in now please. Alright, thanks Charlie. Okay, now you just do your sequence movement. So there we got, Charlie just needs to, he's doing stretch. Now I've got to do a curl. Now I have to do a twist. And so what we want to try and get Charlie to do is transition to continuous movement. You see, I'm not even thinking what I'm doing, I'm just doing these movements, okay? Then Sam's going to do the next stage is put a sequence of movements together. Try that, Sam, yeah? Stretch, curl, twisting, just in headstand, yeah? And then you'll do your rolls as well. So there's a curl, and then into a stretch or a twist, yeah? There's a stretch, and another curl, and a twist, and then finish. Okay? Want to try a little sequence, Charlie? Alright, just go. Just put a curl, a stretch, and a twist together without pausing. Curl, a stretch, yeah, good. And then a twist. Okay, better. So that's much better then. You've got the little sequence together. So we try and build the athlete's confidence up. put a sequence together, and then they can practice that sequence. Rather than say, do this stretch, this, and this, which is us dictating the movement, the educational part is not us teaching, it's them learning how their body moves.